Hey everybody, it's Robin. Well, I'm here to do a tutorial on the Traveler's Notebooks that I make. This is going to be a laminated B6 size. Also, just to show you this, I'm doing this for a subscriber that I recently met, and she asked if I would do a custom one for her, so she brought me the paper, and so this is going to be her cover. So what I'll start out with for a B6 is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And this is from the Simple Stories Good Vibes collection. If you like this, what I do first, I keep the sheet at 12 this way because it's going to fold this way. This will be the front. And then it's going to be 7.5 this way. So let me get this on here. So that's the cover, and what I do is then, after I cut it, so it's 12 by 7.5, is I score it. So I'm going to score this at 6, so that's the half of 12, 6.5, and 5.5. Okay, and then I fold it over on the 5.5 and the 6.5. I guess you really don't have to do the 1 and the 6. I always do because that gives me, I don't know if y'all can tell, but you can see it in the center. Because when I put my center band to go around it, it shows. Plus it just, I don't know, you can bend it if you wanted to. If you put a lot in it, it just gives a little more. So that's why I always do the 1 in the middle. So there's the cover that way. Now I'm going to round the corners. Now you can do it 1 by 1, or if you're brave enough, you can do it like I do it. I put one side in there with both, the front and the back together, and round my corners. So now this will be the B6 cover. Simple, huh? So now I'm going to laminate it. Now, because this is 12 inches wide, I have to use 8.5 by 14. So like a legal document size. So it's 8.5 by 14 inch laminating pouches. I order mine from Amazon. They are listed in my Amazon store. There is a link below to my Amazon store for things that I use like this. So I've got my laminator on and it is ready, so I will be right back. Okay, so it's laminated. So now I cut it down. And with my cutter, if I line the edge of the paper right here with the edge of, not where it's going to cut, but where the measurement stops, because I'm actually going to cut here. I don't know if you can, let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, this little dark line, that's the cut line, or the other side of the cut line. Oops. Let me try that again. There we go. And then I do that all the way around. And that just, for me, it might be different for you, but for me that does not cut into my lamination where it's going to make it split or anything. And this side, since it was butted up against it, I don't have to cut that side. Oh wow, that's not cutting all the way through. It's a new blade. Maybe I just didn't press down hard enough. All right. Clean this up. So now I go around and I do my corners again, because you don't want those sharp edges. Oops. Zoom it out a little. Come on. There. All right. So now, since I already have that crease line there, I can kind of bend it gently. That's what I'm trying to say. And get my bone folder. And just, kind of run across it to kind of crease that lamination. So basically, there's the cover. Now all I have to do is put the holes in. So let's see. Alright, I had to find my puncher. Couldn't find it. So I just have a template. I put 3 holes here at the top and 3 at the bottom. And I just, where is it? I just use like a dry erase marker. Put those there. And I think they were 1/4 of an inch in from the edge of the paper. I'll double check it here in 1 second. So then I just punch the 3. Let me see, where is my, I guess I'll use this ruler. Let me see. And it's a 1/4 of an inch in from the edge of the paper, not the lamination, but the paper. So the middle one goes on that crease that I made, and then in the middle between the crease and this crease, each one. So that kind of gives you, if you can, see if you can see it. You can tell where my holes are. With this design on the inside, it's kind of hard. So let me go ahead and punch these. So on the outside, you can see them a little better. Now it's time to put the one in the middle. I just kind of eyeball it. I have a Tim Holtz pokey tool, is what I call it. But anything that you can poke, you can use a large needle. So I do it again on that crease and here in the middle. Now, because this won't reach the inside of the middle. If you have a crocodile that will or something like that, much better, because I can thread the elastic through here without a needle. Here I cannot because it's so much smaller. And then I go from this side and I try to make it as big as I can. Alright, so now let's thread. This will be a 4-strand traveler's notebook. So I get this at Hobby Lobby, and it's the round corded elastic. It is the 4.57, I can't talk today, 4.57 millimeter. It's not too little. There is one that's a little smaller, and there's one I think a little bigger, but it's the round corded. And you notice it's $1.99, but a lot of times it's 50% off, so it's like $1. And I can get 2 to 3. Usually, I think it's really close to 3 traveler's notebooks done. And I never am able to unravel this without getting it tangled somewhat. Alright, so I start here at the bottom, and I start from the outside and come in. Then my top one. And then go in on the middle one. And bring it all the way down to this middle one. outside. I'm going to pull it through like that. So you see I have one little stitch on the outside on top and bottom. And I already know I need to adjust this a little. So on the last hole at the top, I put it in. Now this is where it can get a little tricky, is I have to go back into that middle hole. So here at the top, I already have the 2 little stitches. This will tie in the middle. So this one's still hanging out here. So I just cut it, make sure I got plenty to work with. And from the outside, I put that one into that middle hole. Now you just want to make sure they're not too tight or too loose. I just kind of hand do it, and then I tie it. So there you go. You got your 4 elastics. Now to get the middle one in, and I think I have a piece here. Yep, plenty long enough. I go ahead and cut me a piece that I know will go around it. And this is just one I know I had left. But normally what I do is I just take it and wrap it around. Say if this was a piece I had left over, make sure there's a little bit hanging over and there's plenty to wrap around. So I'm just going to take this, bend it over so the center's here. Try to poke this in with this. If not, I'm going to have to use my needle. Like I said, this hole's not quite as big as the other. Wow, I think I did it on my first try. So, come on the inside. This isn't working for some reason. There. Alright. I just don't want it all messed up in the middle of these. There we go. Oh, yep, and I did it wrong. That's how you do it on camera. Let's do the same thing, but do it from the inside. Real life, people, real life. Alright, you want to take it, you want to do it from the inside because you want that little round piece to go around the outside. And watch, this time I may not get it. I did, yay. Alright, so make sure you don't pull it all the way through. But pull enough. I can tell I've done so many of them. If I have it here, I don't want it to go all the way across. But about right there is where I want the knot to be, right down here. So I pull it back in just a little, making sure not to pull it through. And before I cut that, I can test it. And sure enough, that's complete. So I'm going to come back in and trim this. So as you see, I had a lot left. I mean, I have a lot that I wasted there, but so there you go. So there's my 4 strands of elastic and then the little outside one. And that completes the journal. Alright, so she also gave me paper to do her inserts with. So let me get those. And again, these are all from the Simple Stories Good Vibes collection. I think they're all that. Let me get them out here. Okay. So she went ahead and cut some pieces. Like she wants this to be a cover, and then this can be on here. This one on this one. And then this. I think this is going to go like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do one at a time. Now the insert covers are the covers that go around your books. So let me get one here. So here's a B6 insert. So once we're done, we'll just kind of lay it across this. You don't have to attach it or anything. But that way you just don't have plain books in your traveler's notebook. So the inserts are all right, so the insert covers are 7 by 10 3/4. So the 10 3/4 is going to be, it's going to go this way, and the 7 is this way. So our book is 7.5. So that gives you a 1/4 inch top and bottom. So we're going to make this 7. By 10 3/4. And I realize y'all can't see that off screen. So there you go. Alright, so what I do with these, I score them once down the middle. And for me, to get it easier, I just kind of, actually I don't even score it. I take that back. I don't score it. I just kind of fold it in half and get it even. And then I take my bone folder and make sure I make it smooth. And then again, I take it and I round my corners. And I just do front and back together. Or you can do them one at a time. Whatever is easier. So there is your cover that will go on the outside like this. Now you want to make sure, if you've bought inserts, that you're cutting them to the size of this. I know that these are, pretty sure these are just 7. Yep, 7. So make sure, if you've got to, measure it to what is your booklets are. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I need to trim this up. Never be less than 100% awesome. And since these are rounded, I'm going to round the corners of these. I hope that's okay, Heather. And just stick that on the outside. And alright, so I'm going to go finish the other ones and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I finished the 3. So we have this one and this one. And I love that these are double-sided sheets of paper. They don't have to be, but it's nice when they are. And so we're going to put these in. Oh, one more thing. Yep. I round this right here, and I'm going to use the smaller one. The reason for that, can you see? It makes a little notch. So when you're putting the elastics in, it doesn't bend that paper. So there's one. And you don't have to use a different size rounder. It's just that I have the small one available. You can also laminate your insert covers. I have done it on a couple, but I quit doing it because it did make it so bulky. Besides that, I kind of like, I can change this without it being laminated. If I got tired of this being a insert cover, I can still use this paper for something else, you know. It's not just laminated. So she has 3 covers for booklets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And she can add another one if she would like. But that's how you do it. So that is the B6 laminated size. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you have any more questions, let me know. And I'll be happy to answer them. And something I do in mine, and I'm going to go ahead and put in hers, are the clear pocket. You can get them at Target. They're a little bit smaller. The ones at Target, here are the ones from Target. You can see they're smaller. So I get these, and again, they'll be linked in my Amazon store below. I like that they're a little bit wider. And I make sure I don't go over this first line there. Oh, they have the little plastic pieces hanging off. Anyway, I'll line this up. And then she's got a little pocket to put things in on the inside. So that is it. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Again, if there's any questions you have, let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye.